Oh, guys, I had to film this video again. I was speaking so freaking slow in the last one, this should not be a 40-minute video. It's just that I feel like how I imagine Nancy Pelosi or Joe Biden or Dianne Feinstein feeling, or Feinstein, whatever. I've been sick and you know trading this choppity chop and getting up early and doing all the research and taking care of 3 kids. Yeah. Again, thankfully, I live on the big island and not Maui. Let's get real here. All right, let me run this through. This is more going to be about the, let's call it the beep your couch algo. Where is SPX? All right, here's the wedge. This is last week. Remember, we were freaking going nowhere after, Bank of Japan, Joe Biden pump. Joe Biden talks about taxes. Ching, 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 eater, yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum on the premiums. Death. All right, here's the wedge posted last weekend's market analysis video. This is not retail traders with a lot of money trying to figure out if they're bipolar or not. Okay. Then we had that giant CPI move. Okay, up to here. We grabbed calls and had swing calls off of lows. Baller move. Okay. This is why I was green today. I'm 4 out of 5. But I'm pissed off and a little bit disappointed in myself, because even though Doug and I were freaking posting and screaming to take profit, and I did, and I thought, I got out of most, and I thought that I was good, and I even hedged them. Now my hedge went 150, 60 points, whatever, and the only thing I had really kept was the next week's, because this was such a break of the wedge, and we were above this trend line, so you had 2 spots, and then this shit happened, right? And we're back in the wedge. Now this is the interesting part here. We've been yapping about this. Okay, let's zoom in. Let's put on our thinking hat here while we still have the train of thought. Ha ha ha. So we closed above the wedge. We rejected the gap, which came exactly where the bottom of the wedge was. Okay, what is this? This is when retail think that it's time, and then it's not time. Okay, and everybody gets whacked. Okay, I caught this move on futures. Now, after killing it on options this morning to the upside, I just sitting in this just destroys everything. And I had a good spot for an exit, didn't take it. Again, I was banging out futures, which I am handsomely up on. I actually managed to caught the bottom tick of the day right there. All right, so what's the conclusion here? Well, the only thing besides Loop 247's fractal and our Back to the Future sports calendar, everybody on Twitter, everybody in the world is doing that same old, we're in a full-blown crash, and the chart says that too. Not this chart. Our chart said we'd be flat today, which we were. I mean, SPX closed 0.03%, and I think NQ was a little bit better. But nevertheless, we had the pump, we had the dump, small comeback. So tomorrow, Friday, we should see today's highs if this is tracking. And then Monday should be good, and Tuesday into Wednesday. Tuesday high, this is a big sell. This is probably a sell down to whatever breakout level we have here. And then Wednesday to Thursday, whether it's jobs, whatever, this looks like a great overnighter. okay, it can be FOMC minutes too, you know. And then we see, I mean, the week after that is just straight Hulk rooster. I just can't get my head around why we haven't filled this gap and why Apple hasn't filled its gap. So let's zoom out. See this here? This algo we have? I went back. This is not the same as April. April was just kind of different, okay? What this is most like is this section here of February, okay? That also had a random spike out of it, okay? So I think it's this program here. Now, when I say, you know, I look, you have to understand, especially if you got bear tendencies. Let's not move that. That was nice there. That all the bear arguments were valid here, here, here. We're in an uptrend. Okay, we're all the way up here. What makes it difficult is this freaking algo, man. It is not cool for day traders right now. And you can catch some serious moves like we caught this morning. But then you have a great entry and a position. It's for next week. We know there's a good chance we'll go up. You want to hold on to it. Yada, yada, yada. All right. So, yeah, I mean, we if we're about to bounce tomorrow, we need to see some bounce or then gap fill and then bounce. But, like, if it's not going to bounce, we're in for one hell of a sell all the way down to this gap, which I don't see right now. I don't see why I would merit that. Oil had a sell today. This I wanted to touch upon. So we've had this VIX within this pattern. We have had this VIX uptrend, even though choppy as, you know, cheese or fries, whatever you want. Now we're in a downtrend on it, and I was, me too, frothing at the mouth here. Can we gap fill? That's why I held what I held, and boom. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. I imagine China and Europe sell at open or gap down. That's why I'm long currently on the indices, because I would imagine we pump up into them to then drop, find a bottom, and then if we're to chug, we're to chug. So I'm long here, right? And I would recommend you guys, whether it's Top Step or whatever, I know that Top Step is easier than Apex, but for days like this, where we have direction, but it's sometimes you might have bad entry, or you know, you don't want to sit in the chop. It's good to have the option of not playing options too, even though I love that stuff. Let's watch this. What do we have here? We got way more fair value gaps to the upside than to the downside right now. I also want to point out that the MACD, even though great, has also lagged. I mean, you're not going to catch that huge spike back up with Mr. MACD right now because it's so violent. But if you zoom in, the Stow has been pretty good at catching it, you know. I've even been on the 1 minute, and I'll show you why. And this is the reason why. This algo is very fast, and I've been watching. Okay, we're maxing out, we're over 90, get out. What happened? Boom, calls killed. Bait in, it's going lower high, boom, calls killed, right? Put time. Very, very tricky algo. And then this end of day, I mean, that was just, I mean, give me a freaking break. Anyways, I'm not gonna, I mean, I can show some stocks. Again, I'm just wondering what the thing here with Apple is we've sold so hard, yet they refuse to gap fill that. What does that mean? Why does Apple not want to gap fill even though it touched the gap as well? What's the dealio? Is it the ultimate bear trap and tomorrow, we go higher up? It's completely possible. So tomorrow, I'm not going to play anything out the gate. I'm not. Tomorrow is Friday. What happens on Friday? Friday, they will fry your shit double time as far as premiums. I'm literally, unless I can catch a nice reversal and I'm sure about it, I will probably allocate for 1 0 DTE move. Could get it. I mean, the reason why I'm even entertaining that, and you're probably like, are you freaking kidding me, dude? No. The reason I'm entertaining that is because Mr. Gappy Gapsonite over here, or Wedge, not Gappy Gapsonite, Mr. Wedgeonite over here, he ends tomorrow at 8:30, an hour before 0 DTEs. That is a big significance. So I'm gonna be chilling. I'm gonna be playing futures and stuff, and then I'm gonna make my move. All right, love yourself, love your family, and I'll see you on the train, guys.